Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about help wanted. So sometimes we would like to feel that we can do life all on our own, that we don't need anyone else to help us, and that, I'm right, thank you very much. But as Brene Brown wrote in her book, The Power of Vulnerability, vulnerability is the way to connect to people, and even though we don't want to be vulnerable, it is the best way. So allowing people to help us is a way to connect to people, and as we willingly help them and they willingly help us, we develop relationships with people and we develop community. So sometimes we have issues from our childhood in asking for help because we were supposed to help, and sometimes we found it hard to do things by ourselves. So it's like our family expected us to do everything and just get it done. All right, so let's talk about the throat chakra. All right, I express myself easily and with courage. And let's say I'm able to be me. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the crown chakra. All right, my worth is great. I'm intelligent and spiritual. My mind functions optimally. Good morning, Jackie. All right, something not right in our neck. And where is your body complaining? What parts do you feel you need help with? All right, C5. Fear of being wrong, the dread of being humiliated, embarrassed, or ridiculed, difficulty in expressing yourself because of your great concern about what others may think. Regular self-sabotage, low self-worth, difficulty in receiving good things into your life, feeling overburdened, strained, and limited. On the physical level, this is from Ina Siegel, affects the vocal cords, may experience laryngitis, hoarseness, and sore throat. Oh, throat and thyroid, okay. Good morning, Cecile. So I'm just looking up thyroid. Deep sense of frustration. So what can be frustrating in our life? Sometimes the people in our life or the situations or the parts of our body that are complaining can be frustrating sometimes. My life's purpose continues to unfold before me. My ability to be open to intuition enables those around me to trust their own intuition. So sometimes we have purpose in our hearts or things that we feel that we need to do. And it can be hard to take the steps necessary, to keep pursuing it, even if one way doesn't work, like to keep trying, and even if things are not perfect, to just never give up. So Thomas Edison followed his heart, and eventually he created the light bulb, but I'm sure he made many light bulbs first that did not work. So we're grateful that he persisted, and I'm sure many people would have thought he was nuts. So when we follow our purpose, we feel energized, invigorated, and hopeful. When we ignore our heart, we feel sad, depressed, exhausted, and defeated. We cannot see the light ahead. The saying that you have to put one foot into the dark and the light will come on is often true. We may feel strongly to accomplish a goal, but not see clearly the way to accomplish it. Committing yourself to what you believe is so important. When we make this commitment, our mind and whole being then look for new means to make it happen. Right, a little bit more on the crown chakra. All right, I am in contact with my inner being. So sometimes we focus very well on looking after our body and maybe looking after where we live and looking after other people, but sometimes we neglect our spirit. So it's like our spirit needs to be fed just as much as our body needs to be fed. So praying for what we want, but also making time or space to hear what the answer may be. And sometimes a little impression might come while we're hanging the washing or washing the dishes or driving somewhere. So it's like allowing ourselves to ask for what we want, and then allowing ourselves to receive the help and acting on that help that we actually receive. Good morning, Susanna. All right, still in the crown chakra. The oil spikenard, which is about gratitude. All right, spikenard encourages the soul to surrender and accept life exactly as it is. It invites individuals to let go and find an appreciation for all of life's experiences. So some parts of our life are very difficult and very challenging, and we don't like it. But what is it that we're learning through this difficult experience? All right, so cranial bones. On the left side at the back. Sorry. All right, so there's another oil here called kumquat, which is about authentic presence. All right, kumquat instructs that true happiness comes only through real, honest, and unstudied living. It reminds that people are a complement of good and bad, sweet and sour. Individuals must embrace their multifaceted humanness and anchor their identity in the truth in order to live authentically. Kumquat invites all to shift their focus away from outward behaviors or pretenses which others may validate, and instead begin the quiet, consistent, and unseen journey to inner alignment, contentment, and healing. All right, I'm going to jump up into the lunar chakra. All right. Preoccupation with finding the right career. I guess the journey is, what we're learning and who we're becoming through our experiences here on Earth, isn't it? Often we get led in different ways and through different jobs, which help us to grow and to expand and to become better versions of ourselves. All right, so we're going to talk about family relationships for a minute. I feel strongly that we have helped the previous generation before we were born, and they now help us. There can be many patterns of weakness within the family tree that may not present in every generation. Each member of the family provides different qualities and challenges. We usually want the good qualities and not the bad. However, our weaknesses and failings are there for us to use as practical life lessons. So the other family members' weaknesses are also there to keep the family balanced. All right, I accept full responsibility for my life. Our failures are overcome in safety and love. So where in your body is complaining? Anyone else has got anything? We've had thyroid and throat. I'm going to go into the solar star chakra. What's coming up here is radiation exposure. So I guess, we're on the computer a lot, or we're on our phone, or we're always exposed to the internet. Sometimes, I guess, depending where we live, we may have overhead wires that can expose us to radiation. Age 12 is connected to that as well. All right, so also travel and experience of other cultures and traditions can help widen our view, I guess, and accept more people. All right, stuff stuck in our mind. All right, my mind is a powerful instrument for good. All right, details are easily taken care of while seeing the big picture. So what is the big picture? All right, so Jackie said mouth and gut. Okay. Feelings of despair and futility. All right, this is from Louise Hay. The mouth represents taking in of new ideas and nourishment. Set opinions, closed mind, incapacity to take in new ideas. Sometimes we can just feel a bit too overloaded and it feels like, oh, I don't think I can take anything else on. So just looking up digestion. So actually we're going into the pancreas here. Close your eyes, focus on your pancreas. When you visualize your pancreas in your mind's eye, does it look clear and healthy or dark and heavy? If it's dark and heavy, this is from Ina Siegel's book, imagine holding a vacuum cleaner. Vacuum the dark, heavy spots in your pancreas until it's clear. Rub your hands together for a minute, then place them slightly apart and visualize a bright orange ray of light between your palms. Place your hands on your pancreas and sense as the orange light moves deep inside, healing, regenerating, and revitalizing it. Repeat, heal, clear, and regenerate now. All right, so the feeling that's stuck in there is hopelessness. So people feel hopeless when they believe they cannot contribute to or change a challenging situation. When someone feels hopeless, they can often feel like they have no choice but to give up. They cannot see a way out of their despair, thus becoming stuck in a state of limitation and bleakness. On the other hand, a person can look at what seems like a hopeless situation and become inspired to contribute in some way and bring hope to all involved. So where do you feel the hopelessness in your body? She said, place your hand on the part of your body where you feel hopelessness most intensely. Breathe into the area for a few moments while allowing any emotion to rise to the surface with little resistance. Then relax your hands. So she asks to use the orange-red sort of light and cut me loose from all helplessness, hopelessness, and despair. Allow me to glimpse light where all seems dark, to feel hope in hopeless situations, and to take the opportunity for transformation from desperation. I ask to become aware of the bigger picture and to be given new insights, wisdom, and opportunities to bring about change for myself and others. Thank you. Observe the orange-red sort of light move through your body, mind, emotions, and energy field and begin to cut through and dissolve all negative thoughts, words, feelings, memories, and images of hopelessness and helplessness. All right, and then she talks about the faith process. So she uses a magenta ray for faith. Allow the spirit of wisdom, courage, and divine love to surround and uplift me. Help me to believe in myself and develop my ability to courageously deal with challenging situations while still having faith that I am loved and protected. Awaken the clearest and purest intentions in me so that I can use my gifts and abilities for the greatest good of all. Help me to have faith and pray for divine intervention even in the darkest circumstances. Show me on a daily basis how a little faith and kindness can move mountains and transform lives. Thank you. All right, so you're all here for a reason, and you're here at this particular time in perfect divine timing. So being able to see, maybe you can't see all of your purpose, but even if you can see a little slither of light or a little slither of hope, that we use that to try and change our life, just one small bit at a time. We remember the story of the English cycling team. They hadn't won for 100 years, and they got a new coach, and he talked about making things 1% better, improving their diet by 1%, changing the seats 1%, changing their training 1%. So it's like, can we start that in our life? Just change one thing by 1%. And as we do that slowly and surely, we will improve. All right, so generational baggage in the genes, dad's side, dad's mum, and the women, sorry. So lots of women, 73 generations. Good morning, Janet. Okay, back to the crown chakra. All right, my heart is open and flowing. I choose to have a high, joyous vibration. So we have an energy work starting tomorrow, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's always it's a little scary at the beginning to make sure that I can help people learn how to muscle test, but it's also exciting to see people learn to work on their things and to help each other. And I guess that's out of my control. I have to trust God, who He sends and who will be there on the day. So anyway, I look forward to that. And I certainly want to have a high and joyous vibration for that. All right, anything bothering anyone else? All right, so we've talking this talk about asking for help. So what might you need help in? And what stops you from accepting help? So let's say it's safe to have help. Now, still a little bit more in the crown chakra. All right. I am supported and loved. I like that one. All right, if I ask this, if there's anything that's stopping you from feeling supported and loved, it comes up generational. So dad's side, dad's mum's side, and the men. 16 generations of men. Let's say help is easily available to me. And how would that help look like? Like, do you need to help someone come and sort through your cupboard, or do you need someone to come and mow the lawn, or do you need someone to do some painting, or what is it that you feel like you would like to receive help in? All right, so this brings up the aura and the layers of the aura. So the third layer is the mental layer of the aura. It's often seen as a yellow color and can change hues when a person is deep in thought or meditation. All right, so our thoughts affect the mental layer and our internal battle with the ego, and its plethora of negative thought patterns is visible here. Our clarity of thinking can be affected if there is a build-up of things to clear in this layer of the aura. Okay, so leaking energy from the third layer of the aura. So generational baggage attached to that as well from mum's side of the family. The fourth layer, it's related to the heart chakra. And it's like the bridge between the physical layers and the more spiritual side. Leaking energy here. Males from the past. So age 6 and 15, 23, 30. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the first layer of the aura. It's like contains all the well-being of our body. And it's the closest to the physical body, so it may highlight physical things in the body. So it's like stagnant energy stuck here. Again, generational pattern here from mum. All right, so they're going in the second layer of the aura now. So this is an emotional layer. So it's like it contains information about our feelings. So feelings from when we were age 26. Feeling wishy-washy. All right, so where were you and what were you doing when you were 26 and what did you feel wishy-washy about? Okay, so here we go. I've missed some of these. So someone needs help with the lawn. Thanks, Casille. And Jackie said, my dad was adopted too, so his mum mustn't have been supported either. Wheezing. Hi, Elizabeth. And then Jackie said, I was thinking of asking a friend to help me around the house. I think it's a great idea. When you work together with people, you chat, and it's a really good thing to work together to solve problems. And that's how we kind of grow our community, isn't it? Allowing people to help us. All right, a little bit more in the fifth layer of the aura. So it's referred to as the spiritual layer, and it's a template for the etheric body. So it's like your body forms and grows around this layer. Assists the body in our ability to focus, moving our linear thought patterns into reality through the actions of our physical body. So like having the idea of something and being able to carry on through and do something about it. So leaking energy in this level of the aura. Current males. Self-abuse. So sometimes other people can abuse themselves, and that's hard to watch and to see the destruction that's happening right before our eyes. It can be very upsetting. All right, feeling unsupported. So generational baggage here too. Mum's side. This feeling unsupported is not just ours, it goes back further. Like another 4 generations from mum's mum. All right, some more things in our mind. All right, I refuse to allow bullies to take me from my path of growth and learning. I like that because some people, even sometimes family members, can bully us into doing things their way, even though that's totally not right for us. I learn what I need to from every life experience. All right, so we're talking about virtues here again. So let's talk about trust. To trust ourselves, our true selves, is to see the difference between our divine nature and our ego. We are not our myriad of thoughts telling us that we're ugly and incapable, that the world is scary and unfriendly. We are the observer of those thoughts. Trust more in the observer and not the ego. The world is our mirror, and the lens of trust will change our experience. All right, I trust all is well. And that's where I think it's important that we have that like divine guidance. So it's like when we're praying in the morning and asking God what he wants us to do, or with help with whatever problem that we have, we will receive little clues during the day. And at the end of the day, we need to check in. Did I get the clues? Did I miss some? How am I doing? And then, repeat, rinse and repeat every day. All right, as I choose to put my trust in others, I trust my feelings, follow promptings, and act accordingly. I am worthy and deserving of other people's trust. Okay. All right, So now we're talking about what we're saying to ourselves sometimes. And, I'm hopeless, I'm late, I'm whatever thing that we're saying to ourselves. It's like the I am or the I am not. It's like we're setting ourselves up to become that or to experience that. So it's like trying to be more consciously aware of what we are thinking and what we are saying. The mind and the ego will always try to define what you are. It will always want to finish the sentence. If we are consciously aware of those thoughts that keep presenting themselves, we can clear them and integrate new positive statements of intention. Our ultimate aim is to say, I am, and not to be tempted to finish that sentence, but to start to be what we feel we are. So, for example, I am abundance, I am divine, I'm source, I'm light. So it's like seeing the good in ourselves. As we can feel our light and we allow others to come in and help us, we can share light with each other, and we grow through these experiences. All right. Often we are taken over by feelings of rage. For example, when someone steals the car park that you've been waiting for. The height of our anger hardly seems rational when we think about it later, but at the time, its power takes control and we're ready to fight. The thoughts or programming that run through our head could read like this: how dare you? I've been waiting here for 15 minutes. I've got so much to do. Why does this happen to me? And I'm sure we all have that. So usually in this state, we are in a state of hurriedness or an unconscious daze, and we attract other people who are ready to fight also in their state of consciousness. So sometimes we have to realize that when we're not in a good state, we attract people also in a similar state, and we can be mirrors to each other. So try to choose differently. Choose to peacefully wish them well and vibrationally attract a closer car space. Really, it's rather logical when we know how to change the outcome of the situation. We can stay and shout abuse, drive around and round in anger, or attract the person who walks out of the shops and points to the closest car park saying, this one's for you. So choose your thoughts and programming carefully. All right. All right, something stuck from age 7. Grief. Age 9 as well. Age 51. Feeling rejection. All right, a generational component to the wheezing from mum. Feeling defensiveness. So let's plug it in as if we're up in the mountains and the air is cool and clear and fresh, and we can hear the wind in the trees so that we can feel that peace and calmness. right, a little bit more in the crown chakra again. So think the crown chakra day today. All right, I am worthy of divine connection regardless. And often we have the, I'll get the help I need when I've done this or when I'm that. But the Saviour, if you ever see any statues or pictures of the Saviour, he's always got his arms out. He's always welcoming us, loving us. He never, ever says, no, you've done too many things. I'm not accepting you now. You've made the same mistake too many times. No, that never happens. So it's like allowing ourselves to have the divine connection, allowing the Saviour to help us, allowing him into our lives to help choose a little better or help choose the difficult, in the huge amount of choices, to help choose the right direction at each step. All right. So our next get together is the 21st of June, and I hope that that's good for you, that you feel better. Thank you for those that jumped on. And is there anything else that you would like to bring up? Thank you, Jackie. Well, I hope that helps you feel that you can ask for help and feel that you are worthy of help always, and that you're loved and supported. All right.